practice will be focused on Anahata or Heart Chakra. The element of this chakra is air and the color is green. We'll be moving through a lot of big chest openers, shoulder stretches, and back bends. We'll be on our knees for a portion of the practice, so if you have sensitive knees, have a towel or blanket nearby, or you can always double up your mat. Since the element of this chakra is air, I decided to take my practice outside, and if you are able, I encourage you to do the same. If not, just try to find a well-ventilated room that feels spacious and open. I hope this practice leaves you feeling energized and aware of your own self-worth. So let's get started. Thank you for joining me. My name is Janae, and I'll be your guide for this practice today. We'll start lying flat on our backs. Take this time to bring yourself fully into the present moment and release any racing thoughts or to-do lists floating around in your head. Notice any sensations in the body. If any thoughts come in, release them without attachment. Begin to feel your breath move through your body. Inhale completely and exhale, emptying the lungs. Our affirmation for today will be, I am open to give and receive love. Take a couple more full deep breaths. Feel the chest rise with each inhale and the back press against the mat on each exhale. And then when you're ready, we'll take a full deep breath, bringing the hands up and overhead for a full body stretch. Exhale the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Holding the left knee, begin to straighten and extend the right leg out and down to the mat. Squeeze the left knee into the chest and begin to rock it open gently from side to side. Bring the knee through center and then guide it open and down towards the left shoulder. Hold for a breath. Inhale, and then exhale back to center. Now switch, bring the right knee in and begin to extend the left leg straight out to the mat. Hug the right knee in, shift it over to the right, and then to the left, rocking it back and forth a few times. End by bringing the knee open and squeezing it up towards the right shoulder. Hold for a breath. Inhale and exhale. Release and bring both knees into the chest. We'll come up to a seat, so you can either cross at the ankles and rock up, or you can roll onto your side for a more supported lift into a seat. I'll come to face you in Sukasana, easy pose, comfortable cross-legged position. Sit up nice and tall, spine in a beautiful straight line, neck an extension of that length, and you can let your hands rest where they feel comfortable, maybe on the tops of the knees. We'll warm up through the neck and shoulders first. Starting, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Drop the left shoulder down as well and feel the stretch build on the right side of the neck. Inhale and exhale to center. Drop right ear towards the right shoulder. Right shoulder pulls down, opening the left side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale to center. Inhale, lift the chin all the way up to the sky, opening through the throat. Let the mouth naturally part and the tongue pull away from the roof of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale to center. Keep lowering all the way down, tucking the chin into the chest, rounding through the back of the neck, complete extension. Inhale and exhale. Then return to neutral. One more time, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, exhale to neutral. Right ear to right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale to neutral. Chin up and hold. Release any tension in the jaw. Inhale. Exhale all the way through center, chin towards chest. Full breath in and out. Then release back to neutral. Now we'll begin to loosen up through the shoulders. Start rolling the shoulders backwards, squeezing them up towards the ears and releasing them down the back as the shoulder blades squeeze together. Then bring them back forward and up, moving through these big circles at your own pace, up and back. 2 more times. Then switch and begin to roll them forward. Slow and controlled movements, full rotations of the shoulders. 2 more. Then when you're done, we'll come forward into a tabletop position, bringing the wrists directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. Start to move with the breath through cat-cow to warm up the spine. Inhale, dropping the hips down, bringing the chest and shoulders and chin up towards the sky. Then exhaling, rounding completely, dropping the ears between the shoulders. Inhale again, radiate the heart forward, broaden across the collarbones, lift the chin up, and exhale to round. 2 more times. Inhale for spinal extension, and exhale for spinal flexion. Once more with your breath, inhale up, and exhale to round. Return to a flat back, pushing evenly through the hands to fill the space between the shoulder blades. We'll begin a little flow with our breath, inhaling in, lifting the right arm up to the sky, big opening through the chest and shoulders. Exhale, flow the right hand down and under to wrap around the left rib cage, dropping the right shoulder down toward the earth in a slight twist. Inhale to lift it back up and open. And exhale to drop it back down, hand to left rib cage. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Then release the right hand back down to the mat. We're going to repeat on the opposite side. Inhale, lift the left arm to the sky, open the heart to the sky. Exhale, flow it down, slight twist as left hand comes to wrap over the right rib cage, dropping left shoulder down toward the earth. Again, inhale, left arm up, open. Exhale, bring the hand down and under. 2 more. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. And then exhale to lower the left hand back down to the mat. Walk the hands forward a few inches. Curl the toes under and send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Explore the space, pedal out through the feet, maybe twist the hips a little from side to side. Let your body guide you. Take a few deep breaths. Then we'll slowly walk forward to the front edge of the mat for Uttanasana, forward fold. Find a soft bend in the knees and release the head forward as you sway gently from side to side. Breathe deeply into the low back and then return to center. Hold no tension through the neck or shoulders. Completely yield to gravity. Slowly, Ragdoll up to Tadasana, mountain pose. When you arrive, root down through the feet, spread the toes wide. Bring the hands behind the low back to clasp. Palms pressed together as you squeeze the hands down and away. Shoulder blades come together as you open the chest and heart. Offer them to the sky. Inhale and exhale to release. Next breath, bring the arms up, palms together, and then dive through the center line back into forward fold. Next breath will lift you halfway into a flat back. Exhale to release forward and bow. Inhale, rise all the way back up, hands overhead, and exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands down to the lower back. Interlace the fingers, this time opposite thumb comes on top, so this is the way that feels a little strange. Then squeeze the palms together, push down and away, and as you open up, chin slightly up, chest open. Inhale. Exhale, gently release. Move with our breath. Inhale up. Exhale, dive through center. Inhale to lift for a flat back. And exhale to lower. Step both feet back and arrive in plank, the top of a push-up, wrists under shoulders. Hold for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lower down onto the knees, look forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows, keep them pulled into each side of the body and slowly lower down to the belly. Flatten out through the feet, keep the hands next to the rib cage and inhale up for baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Now we're going to do a really big shoulder opener, so just listen to your body, and if this doesn't feel good, you can always skip it or release to soften the intensity. Lower onto the left temple and extend the left arm straight out. Bend the right leg, heel in towards the glute. Gently push up off the right hand and bring the sole of the right foot behind you as you roll onto the left shoulder. Again, if this doesn't feel good or if the shoulder is too tight, just come forward to release. Otherwise, keep opening up and breathe into the shoulder. Inhale and exhale to release, coming back to center. Bring left hand in next to the rib cage. Now over to the right temple and extend the right arm. Bend the left leg and push up off the left hand to bring the left toes behind you as you roll onto the right shoulder. Adjust as needed and breathe into the shoulder stretch. Inhale, then exhale, release back to center. Bring both hands next to the rib cage. Inhale to lift once more into cobra, and exhale to release. Curl the toes under and send the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths to recenter yourself. We're about to move on to our knees, so if you'd like to place down your towel or blanket, now would be the time. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. lift the right leg up in the air, keeping the hips level. Gently squeeze the knee in through the center line and step the right foot up next to the right hand, coming into a low lunge. Adjust your feet if you need to, and then lower down onto the back knee. As you inhale, you can place your right hand on the top of the right knee for a supported rise up into a 90-90 lunge. When you arrive, inhale both the arms up overhead and flatten out through the back foot. Thighs will squeeze together for stability. Exhale the hands to heart center, interlace the fingers, flip the palms outwards, and exhale as you push forward and sink into the lunge. Then inhale, lift the hands and follow them with your gaze. Keep moving the hands back as far as feels comfortable into a slight back bend, arriving in Anahata. Release to rise back to center, hands to heart. We're going to do that one more time, interlacing the fingers with the opposite thumb on top. Inhale to flip the palms. Exhale to reach forward into the deep lunge. Inhale to lift the arms up and overhead, arriving in a soft back bend. And then with your exhale, release it all the way forward. Bring the left hand down to the mat and the right hand to the top of the right thigh. Use the hand to gently open the knee as you roll onto the knife edge of your right foot, looking past the right shoulder to find a little twist. Exhale to sink a little deeper into the hip. Hold for a breath. Release back to center and then step it back to downward facing dog. Take a breath to reset, and we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. Inhale to lift the left leg up in the air, hips stay level. Then squeeze the knee in through the center, softly stepping it up next to the hand to arrive in low lunge. Adjust as needed before lowering down onto the back knee and flatten out through the back foot. Place the left hand on the left knee for a supported rise into a 90-90 lunge. When you arrive, inhale the arms up and overhead, and exhale palms together, hands to heart. Inhale to interlace the fingers and flip the palms. Exhale, moving through our flow, you know what to do, reach it forward, sink down. Inhale to follow the hands, looking up and arriving in Uttanasana, Crescent Lunge. Release the hands, return to center. Once more, interlace, opposite thumb on top. Flip the palms, exhale, reach it forward. Inhale, follow the hands up into the back bend. Exhale to bring you all the way forward, releasing left hand to the top of the left thigh, right hand to the mat. Gently use your hand to open the hip as you roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, using your breath to sink deeper, opening through the chest and looking back over the left shoulder. Hold for a breath, and then release back to center. Plant the hands and step it back into downward facing dog. We're going to shift the weight all the way forward into plank and then lower onto the knees and lift the feet. Exhale, bend at the elbows and lower halfway to hold for one breath. Inhale and exhale. Next inhale, push up and back into our plank with the knees lowered. Inhale again And exhale, lower all the way down to the belly, flattening out through the feet. Inhale to lift into cobra. Exhale, lower back to the belly, curl the toes under, and step it back to downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Make any little movements, adjustments that you need, that your body takes you to. And then on your next exhale, begin the journey walking forward to the front edge of the mat, arriving again in forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms together, and exhale, hands to heart. Next breath lifts the arms all the way up. Exhale to dive forward and bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Bring the feet to hip width and then step the right toes back. You should have a nice wide stance when you arrive in your lunge. Softly bend the back knee to find your center of balance as you come up on the tips of your fingers. Then once you're feeling steady, you can rise all the way up into high lunge, arms overhead. When you arrive, you can begin to straighten the back leg any amount that feels comfortable. We're going to challenge our balance a bit, so pull everything into the center line, engaging the core for stability. Inhale to look up, and exhale, begin to cactus open the arms, squeezing the shoulder blades together, elbows wide and a little back bend. Inhale, return the hands together at heart center. Exhale, lean forward, place both hands back on the earth, and step straight back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath, and we'll switch to the other side. Inhale in, and exhale, walk to the front edge of the mat for forward fold. Inhale to lift and rise all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands down to heart. Inhale in again, lifting up. Exhale, dive all the way through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release. Again, bring the feet as wide as the hips, and then step the left toes back. Once again, we'll find a soft bend through the back leg as you come up onto your fingertips. Find your balance, and when you're ready, inhale to rise up, arms overhead. Then, once you're stable, begin to straighten the back leg any amount. Inhale, look up past the hands, and exhale, cactus open the arms, opening the heart to the sky, squeezing shoulder blades together, spinal extension. Inhale the hands back to heart center. Exhale, shift the weight forward, and then plant the hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Great, just a few more poses and then we're going to start cooling it down. Take a few slow, steady breaths in and out. On your next breath, we're going to lift the right heel up towards the sky, pushing the left heel down towards the earth. Bend at the right knee and stack the knee over the hip, opening up. Stay here, or if you want to take it a little deeper, continue the journey, pivoting on the left foot and bring your right toes back behind you to touch. Straighten through the left leg and lift the right arm. Open the chest for Wild Thing. Then release back to downward facing dog. Moving to the other side, inhale the left heel up to the sky, pushing right foot down. Bend at the left knee, Open to bring the knee over hip and stay here. Or if you'd like, continue the journey, pivot on the foot, step the toes back, and open up into Wild Thing. Release back to center, find Downward Facing Dog. Beautiful. Lower onto the knees. Walk the hands to the front edge of the mat and walk the knees back a few inches, lowering the forehead down. Heart surrenders to the earth for puppy posture. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more. Inhale in and exhale. Next, inhale, lift the head, look forward, shift forward, and lower onto the elbows as you slide through into Sphinx Pose. You may need to adjust a bit, bringing the elbows under the shoulders, soft bend in the back. Then gently twist to look back over the left shoulder. Come back to center and look over the right shoulder. Back to center. Open the heart forward, find a little lift, squeezing the shoulder blades together, down and away from the ears, chin forward. Inhale, exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. When you arrive, reach the hands back to each side of the body, palms face down. Inhale to lift the chest off the mat, shoulders roll back, hands lift off the ground. Then squeeze the glutes together and lift both feet off the ground for Shalabhasana or Lotus Pose. Squeeze everything together, keep the neck neutral, and remember to breathe. Inhale in and exhale to release back down to the mat. Lower to the right side of the cheek and take a rest. Now you have the option of doing the same thing again, or this time we'll move into bow pose. So from our belly, bend both of the knees, heels in, then lift the chest and arms, reach the hands back like we just did, and grab onto the ankles. Kick the feet into the hands as you lift the legs and rise into Dhanurasana or bow pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the belly. Draw the hands back next to the rib cage and push all the way back up through table. Then swing the legs out to one side. Come to center yourself on the mat and lower onto your back. Bend at the knees, bring the heels in. Take a few moments to just release. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Another one, slow and steady, in and out. Now we'll do 2 bridge poses. So start, just walk the heels in tight towards the booty, palms pressed down against the mat as you push evenly through the feet to lift the hips up towards the sky. Pay attention to the knees. The body naturally wants to open them up into a V shape, but we want to keep the knees in line with the hips, thighs in parallel lines. Inhale and exhale. Slowly lower back to the mat, one vertebrae at a time, and then gently rock the hips from side to side to release the low back. We'll set up for one more bridge, starting the same as we did before, heels in, push hips up. This time, if you want to take it a little deeper, you can begin to squeeze the shoulder blades together as you walk the elbows underneath you. Maybe hands come to clasp, or you can pull at the edges of the mat. You can push against the mat to find a little extra lift, bringing the chest forward towards the chin, chin towards the sky. Inhale, then exhale, slowly lower down. Rock the hips from side to side, and then gently hug the knees into the chest for a counterbalance for the spine. And you can find any little movement here that feels good. Then drop the soles of the feet back down to the mat, and we'll move into reclined pigeon or figure 4. Start by crossing the left ankle over the right thigh just below the knee. Slowly begin to lift the right foot off the mat, shin parallel with the sky as you reach through the keyhole with your left hand and bring the right hand around to hug the thigh in towards the chest. You can find a little micro movement here from side to side to see how that changes the stretch and to find what works for you. Hold for a couple of breaths. Inhale and exhale. Release to switch to the other side, right ankle over left thigh, and then hug the left leg into the chest. Keeping both feet flexed, you can rock or find stillness. Hold for a few breaths. Inhale in, exhale out. Release and uncross the legs, then walk the feet to the edges of the mat, both knees still bent. Let the knees fall over to the left side of the body, and you can let your hands fall wherever feels comfortable. I'm bringing mine right hand to belly, left hand to heart. Stay here or option to bring left ankle on top of the right knee. Surrender to gravity and release into the twist. Inhale, exhale. If you have the foot crossed on top of the thigh, remove it and bring it back down to the mat. Then lift both the legs up through center and let them fall over to the right. Settle in and then option to bring right ankle over left knee. Soften and release any tension. Inhale. Exhale. Place the right foot back on the mat and lift both the knees back to center. Slowly straighten each leg one at a time to come into Shavasana, corpse pose. Reconnect to the breath. Feel the air as it moves through your body. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day long, filling up completely, and then a slow, controlled release, a soft constriction at the back of the throat for ujjayi or ocean breath. Again, inhale in, nice and slow, controlled exhale. Again, inhale in. Controlled exhale. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm and close your eyes if they're not already. Let's connect once more to our affirmation for the day. I am open to give and receive love. Feel the area around your chest become lighter with each inhale. Visualize your heart opening to receive warmth, comfort, and joy. We'll spend the next few moments here together, feeling the breath. You can repeat a mantra or call in the color green to fill the space behind your eyelids as we meditate on Anahata. softly open the eyes and begin to reintroduce some movement to the body, wiggling the toes and fingers. Slowly roll over onto your side, and then use your hand to support you to come back up to Sukasana or easy pose. Bring the hands together at the center of your heart in prayer and bow your head forward. Thank you very much for practicing with me today, and I hope you'll join me again soon. Namaste.